Hello and welcome. I am Kim Beeler, the owner of Ewethful Fiber Farm and Mill, and it was shearing day. So I'm just sitting in my living room. I'm tired, I'm making dinner, and wanted to just do a quick intro for the videos I have coming up because we got some really good videos. I was very mindful, even had a tripod set up and my microphone on so that we could get some good video and some good conversation and clips in for you all. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. I talk a lot about wool, hand spinning, yarn, wool life, farm life, all the things. And if you are returning, welcome back. There are some sheep faces you'll recognize in these videos. So that's basically going to be this episode, is some videos on shearing, and some of them I may put some music over just because like the rattling of the clippers gets to be a bit much, or if we were just talking about things that are of no pertinence to anything, then I may put music. But there are some great, a neighbor came to watch and she had great questions, and Michael, our shearer, did a great job of answering them. So I was excited to be able to share that with you all. And I will say that I've had sheep now for just about 10 years, and shearing can be a really stressful amount of time. I've only got a small flock. We have 14 sheep, and then Cuddlebug the goat got shorn. So we have a small flock, but it can still be a really stressful time for the animals and for the humans, the shepherds. And it's taken a few years for us to get all of our setup so everything goes smoothly, and to find the right shears. And usually Corey shears with Michael. A lot of times they shear as a pair. I had Corey start shearing for us. It's been a while now. And then she started working more with Michael. And this year Corey couldn't make it, but Michael was here. So they're both wonderful. I will put their names and any links I can find for them in the show notes. But they add such a level of calm to the experience, not only for the animals, which is really, really important. And by calm for us, for Mitch and I, that means confidence, patience, skill, really good handling of the animals, calm demeanor, which is huge for all of us, for the sheep, for the shears, for the shepherds. And they have just made it so that shearing day is no longer stressful for us. The hardest part is getting the sheep in, which took me a while last night, but we made it through. The fleeces look good. I think this is the first time that I have only shorn them once this year. Usually I do twice a year. And I think the fleeces look beautiful. Next episode, I will take you guys in to see some of the fleeces. They are long. They are some beefy, beefy fleeces. I may actually sell one or two fleeces. We'll just see. I usually don't because they're so small, but these ones are a bit beefier. So anyway, I think that's mostly the introduction I wanted to give. Just kind of talking about how important it has been for us to find shears that just that have everything that works for us and for our situation and for our style and personalities. And Michael, I think he's going to come back on later, and we'll do an audio of maybe just like getting ready for a sheep shearer, if you're getting your first sheep, or kind of things to prepare and things to think about, because we were both talking about how when he first started shearing, and then lots of new shepherds, you just don't know what to expect or how to set things up for success. So anyway, hopefully he'll be back soon. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say, and I hope you enjoy the videos and learn a few things, because I certainly did. Okay, see you soon. All right, so it is shearing day. They have all been inside overnight, and we're going to move them into the barn. This is kind of their holding place, and they don't eat before shearing for multiple reasons, which I can talk about once we get them moved. But we're going to get them moved now so Mitch can go to work for a while. Sure. Come on, guys. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. So we're just running them into the barn. Come on, babies. that everyone? All right. You guys. Oh, you're... And now they're inside. All ready. And we don't feed them so that they get their pees and poops out basically overnight to make it safer for the shears so they're not slipping and sliding and it's not all over their wool. And their stomachs get full, obviously, when they eat. So if an empty stomach helps keep them more comfortable because they're being moved about during shearing. And if they have a full stomach, it can sit on different organs and be very uncomfortable and also can cause some health issues. So those are the main reasons. And they stay in because we want their wool dry. You can't shear them when they are wet. So, all right, next step, shearing.
Boy, now that's a lot of...
There's so much wool. You want to walk? You can come stand over here where you can see if you want.
How big and firm they are.
They're huge. We didn't shear them. We usually do 6 months, but this is a year. So if you stand kind of over in that corner, you can see really well. And I've got, they're baby eggs, but they're just a gift for you. They're not baby, they're like the smaller ones that, when I'm selling them, I try to give bigger ones. But some of the hens just make small eggs, so what are you gonna do? Have you seen this sheep before?
I've seen it in the alpaca.
Yeah, it's very different.
It's almost like a blanket, like it's only one piece.
It is. And because they haven't been shorn usually I shear them every 6 months, but I decided to go back to every year to try it. So they're even more dense. I mean, when you see, it won't be as long as the fleece is maintained because they were just out in the elements more. That's your shear.
The alpacas were like yellow.
Oh, alpaca are drama. You know the drama llama thing, it's real. Most of the time, I mean, he did our one sheep that's kind of the worst, but Gil is a shear and like knowing how to handle them, having the right demeanor, it's why.
And they know they're in good hands. Boy, it's beautiful, isn't it?
We hope so. Otherwise, I let them grow it for a year and it's huh? I know.
And what sheep is this?
This is Patrick.
I remember when Johnny Rose, was it Johnny? He was the baby.
Yes, he's got beautiful wool. He's in there. This is only the second one we've done so far. And obviously, you can leave anytime. You don't have to wait the whole time, but.
So you'll sell it, or will you be making it at your place in the yard?
I might sell 1 or 2 fleeces. Usually, I just process it out into fiber for hand spinners. And I used to do yarn. I used to make yarn at the mill with it, which is why I would shear more often because I need the staple length to be shorter when you're making that yarn on the machine. But since it's all being hand spun now, it can be long and hand spin. Look at that. Oh, goodness, buddy. Good job, Patrick. And it's nice and warm when it comes off of them.
I wonder if they feel better with it off.
I think they do. Yeah. I mean, the first couple hours, they won't. Some of them don't recognize each other because the smell is different. But it's got to feel nice to get a fresh start, right? Right. This is much easier with the tripod. I'm getting fancy this year. Michael, why are sheep seemingly so calm when they get shorn?
So, I'll show you a trick here. When I let his shoulder onto the ground, he thinks he can get up. when I keep his shoulder off of the ground, he can't put his, he has to put his front leg on the ground to get up. So I've got his shoulder on the ground. He cannot get up.
Interesting.
What also helps is that you have really great shepherds who withhold food and water from their sheep the day of shearing for several hours before, because their stomach is like a big fermentation vat, right?
Wow.
So when I sit him up to shear and that huge rumen is full and working, it actually floats his organs up into his heart and lungs, puts a ton of pressure on his heart and lungs, so he's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So when they're full, they kick and they fight and they burp and they fart and they belch and they're miserable.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, and it's just like they're unhappy, I'm unhappy, but when they're empty, he's not happy that he's being sheared,
Right.
but he's not uncomfortable.
Right.
And our job is to make our shearer happy so that he keeps coming back across the mountain for us.
I really do appreciate that. Let me tell you what.
Well, we pulled them in last night, so they're pretty empty. I mean, I'm sure there's always more to be found to poop and pee, but
Oh, there's always some.
all right.
I got the gate. I got the gate.
Okay. Thank you.
Gates aren't hard. Come on, buddy.
My microphone better be working because that was pretty great explanation, Michael.
Right towards the
Although they're going to be like, we don't know who this guy is explaining it to us, but
Yeah, it's funny. When you shear a sheep, they basically smell completely different. So they have to go out and sort out who's in charge again.
I know, isn't it?
Boy, they're in a ruckus in there.
Yeah. They do their best to avoid Mitch right now.
It's not all over.
Yeah, it's a
What do you actual word for it? Fiber or wool
wool.
or everything?
Yeah, wool is here. Let me pull a. You can see that's
Good therapy.
like the staple. That's the staple of it. How long it is.
That amazes me how you just make yarn.
There's
out
a
of
nice
that.
one.
It just amazes me when I watch you do that. I don't know how. It just seems amazing.
Oh,
And that goes to that.
this I didn't make, but I don't wear my good stuff out here.
I don't blame you.
Johnny Rose with the broken horn.
This one's about to pop off.
Oh yeah, it's been that way for like 2 years.
Super loose. He's like,
Oh, look at that food. This is David Rose. David Rose.
So they all have the same wool.
They're all Shetlands, yeah. So their wool will be, it can be pretty drastically different.
Really?
Like some of them, that Johnny Rose is actually up next.
Yeah, oh,
His is a lot more
I remember that.
crimpy, and then some of them are a little shorter than others. His is really long, you can tell. But Shetlands can be single coated, which I have a couple of, meaning like they just have one kind of length, and then like he's more double coated, where some of it's shorter and some of it's longer. The breed can vary pretty dramatically.
And sometimes you have sheep that have worse attitudes about shearing than others, and they just don't care. They're not comfortable or happy no matter what.
There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of exercising that goes into it to keep your back healthy.
How often do you Cuddlebug?
He'll get shorn at the end. He should be twice a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we,
I just love him.
I know. He's a sweet dude.
funny sometimes. Pretty friendly when you stop at the fence.
Oh yeah. This guy, they're like,
Really?
that's his favorite. Him and the pigs are Mitch's favorite,
Oh.
which I think the pigs are out.
How old she is.
We just had the vet out, and the vet is like, she's probably going to be like 30 something before she goes. She'll be one of those ponies that just keeps going.
Those were thin sheep, so they weren't too much bigger than Shetland.
They were commercial Finn sheep?
Well, she's got 100 ewes, and most of what she does is exports. She does not do a lot of fleece sales because she doesn't have a lot of good fleeces.
Oh.
You know, in a pastured environment, her fleeces do better. But so her big thing is get the fleece off before laying.
Right.
So there were some nice fleeces that we kept, but there were not a ton. So like little ridges like that, I don't go back for them on her sheep.
Right.
I do that on 12 blocks. So it's like it just kind of.
Man, that's too bad because it's hard to find good Finn sheep over here, or good wool over here.
It is hard. It is hard because there's just so many factors that can mess with any sheep's fleece. And then when a sheep might have 6 lambs,
Right.
that's going to really
Yep.
wreak havoc on it. So
This-
most of it, if you find a good thin fleece, it's living a pretty cushy life.
Yeah.
Even if it's having 6 lambs, it's eating very well every day. Very like super duper.
Yeah, Finn sheep are notorious for having a lot of babies at once, which is why they're a great sheep to breed if you want to produce more. Is she selling them to wool people, or is she selling them to just
Most
commercial?
of what she sells goes to like most of the
And I think she's a tiny sheep under there. She should be one of our smallest sheep.
Hard to tell.
But her moms are double-coated girls, so.
that might explain all the length, huh? All the extra length. Maybe the extra like the other ones weren't long too, actually.
Oh, and this is where the pigs go in, right?
Yes. You see their big mound? That's their bed that Mitch fluffs for them.
I've seen it on your videos. It's hilarious.
They do it themselves. They just throw it in there.
They fluff their own bed
Oh yeah. I haven't done it in weeks.
in weeks.
They go underneath, don't they? Or you try to get it.
If it's cold, they bury themselves. If not, they'll lay on top and then
And they'll lay to the outside.
yeah, they stay like that.
I love that. That's so cute.
They're so spoiled.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Most of these animals are live. Look at that nice rainbow. Dang it. Where's your phone? Oh yeah, we're gonna nail this picture if I can figure out how to. I know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I can get the rainbow from here. Would have been a great picture. Too far.
A bit.
It's like the alpaca under it.
Too bright?
Yeah, it's too bright, so it's I'm like the alpaca are perfectly. This is oats.
You sell on your website, right? You sell it in yarns and stuff.
And my online class, if you ever want to learn to
I
spin.
may someday. Oh my gosh.
I have
I'll get all
plenty of
strong.
wheels. You can even just borrow a wheel and
I see so many wheels like online, and some are like vintage. It's like, oh my gosh, they're beautiful. I love anything vintage.
I know. I have one at the shop that's from late 1800s.
Oh, really?
From back east. It ended up out here via, but it still spins. It's a beautiful wheel. Like the craftsmanship to it is spectacular, and it still will spin yarn. Not always the case, but it was all the pieces were intact.
Yeah, it seems relaxing too. When you're,
I know. I tell people, I'm like, that's not just Instagram. Like that is really how like.
what I mean. Especially if I got a high energy husband. That's why I like my upstairs building.
Right, you can go and just do your thing.
I haven't been up there for so long. That's why I'm
You gotta schedule it. Put it on your schedule, like just an hour. No, I do. I mean, we have I have my craft room upstairs. At the end of the day, I go upstairs and.
Yeah, it's good for you. I mean, winter doesn't lie. It's good. It's healthy.
I gotta stand close to you so we can. Okay, now you can talk about Shetland.
So all Shetland sheep used to shed their wool. It was called ruing. And a lot of Shetlands, most of them, still will do it to some degree or another. This girl is doing it more, or probably would do it more than the rest of the sheep in her flock. And that's why I'm having such a hard time in some places. You can see these places here where it's like yellower and there's a bunch of fluff left. If we pull on that, it'll come out. So that the fleece break was there naturally, and probably over the course of the next 2 months, all these yellow spots. We would have shed most of it out. It was just a natural break because they didn't used to shear them. They would just pluck the wool off of it. But then once shearing became easier, and the farmers in Shetland started shearing, for their convenience, because they could just control everything at once and harvest the wool when they wanted it. They probably, I imagine that they had to have selected, or at least there was a natural selection for sheep that did rue better than others. Years.
Well, you see those metal shearers, they used to do that, really? I mean, that would take forever. And it doesn't seem like they're very sharp.
They're so sharp.
Oh, really?
They are scary sharp.
Maybe when they're old, I see them and they're not sharp.
That's probably what it is. We actually can find one. It hasn't been sharpened for a long time. They are scary sharp. I've sheared a couple sheep that way. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Some people still do.
Lots of people still do.
That's amazing.
We had the national competition was about a month ago in Rapid City, South Dakota, and we have a blade shearing competition. So there were, I think, 8 people who competed in the blades. It was pretty cool.
That is cool.
It's very hard. The people who are learning, their hands were cramping by the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
They have them standing most of the time for that, yeah? Or like they're standing.
Oh no, they do it just like this.
Do they really?
Yep, it's almost the exact same pattern.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I've always just seen people doing it, like their own vlog
Right,
at home.
right, on a stand.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like it's easier on the back, too.
If you were doing it on a stand, the problem is if you do it on a stand, it's much slower. Because they were still getting the sheet done in 5-ish minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
You maybe have better control on the ground, maybe.
The guys who are really, really good at it can shear more sheep in a day with blades than I can shear with this. Like, the South African team won the World Championship, and they were just so impressive to watch. You know how when you're cutting fabric, you can kind of run the scissors?
Yeah.
They were doing that with their shears.
Wow.
They're that sharp.
Michael, say that again. I'm going to have it on film this year.
He is far and away the best goat I've sheared.
He's like, what'd you say?
I'll show you.
All right, here is everybody today. Don't they look so crazy different? Close up. I think this is Joe. No, that's Dolly. So much better. They were so loud last night, but they, all in all, they said we did good. You can see trucks going by behind me. I hope you had so much fun watching that. We got some nice video. I didn't want to, you know, doing all 14 would have been much, and my phone actually died towards the end. So I think I got some at Cuddlebug. I hope I did. I used Mitch's phone towards the end just to get the last few things, but I still think we got some wonderful videos in there. And like I said, I learned some great stuff too. So it was really fun. It was a nice day. Sheep are confused. They are loud. I'll get some videos of them tomorrow. And maybe I'll try to pop those in there before I put this up tomorrow. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this because I really enjoyed shearing day as well. And I'm excited to dig into their wool and to share it all with you soon. So until next time, make so many pretty things, stay healthy, and please be kind to everyone around you. All right, I hope to see you soon. Thank you.